The sign greets drivers along the Hamilton Street exit off of I-90. The store is one of Spokane's icons, offering reclaimed, one-of-a-kind objects just perfect for that home renovation project. The store's founder sees value in salvaged materials.
Yeah, my mother used to say I was a pack rat, but that's all right.
Dick Brown has made a living from turning trash into treasure. Dick was a child in the 1930s during the Great Depression. He was taught that thrift is a necessity.
I was born and raised on a farm in southern Iowa. You had to save everything you could, and I remember we had a heck of a time. But my dad taught me how to save and repair and mend things, mend the harness and mend the single trees and stuff like that. And it followed me, well, I guess all my life.
Dick also learned that he had a knack for building things. He created pieces of furniture using wood from walnut trees on the family farm.
And I would finish that lumber up, sand it and polish it. I made a cedar chest. We took it to the Iowa State Fair, and I won first prize in this piece of furniture.
After graduating high school, Dick was drafted into the Navy and was stationed at Farragut Naval Training Base in North Idaho. While there, Dick discovered the inland Northwest.
I fell in love with the Spokane area. I really did. It became part of my life.
Eventually, Dick settled in Spokane and became active in many local organizations, including being a member of the Spokane Public School Board. He became a contractor in the early 1950s and constructed many buildings in towns around the inland Northwest. His frugal nature led him to collect any scrap building materials which could be reused.
Bought more than I should have. You know, you bring the stuff in and it accumulates on you. And the old stuff you don't get rid of soon enough. And then I got thinking, well, I'm missing the boat here someplace. If I had a yard, I could bring this material into the yard and sell it.
To help get rid of some of his salvaged items, Dick established Brown Building Materials in the late 1950s. In the 1980s, the original Brown building was destroyed in a fire. The store was rebuilt across the street on its current site.
It sure hurt us for a while because you had to restock it. You don't go out and buy salvage, you know, that's very easily. It takes a while to collect it. But then we got into more new stuff at that time because you had to subsidize. In the old days, we could salvage material because labor wasn't so high. It was about $3 or somewhere in there, maybe $2.50 to $3. But then as the time went on, it got more expensive.
Brown Building Materials is still in the salvaging business, but now they're more selective.
Well, you look for any antique things, like a fireplace or fireplace mantles, mirrors, and things of that sort. Things that have a value. Salvage the most important things, like kitchen cabinets that are, if they're good, and the doors, and the hardware, and mirrors, things like that that don't take too long to salvage. Then, of course, they bring the salvage in and then clean it up outside, bring it in where the people can see it. The only thing is we don't get the prices tags on there soon enough. You know, sometimes the people want to know how much it is, and you sometimes say, gee, I should have got more for that, but that's the way times are.
Dick is now retired. His son Ron is running the family store. Dick has always stayed active in the community. He's a member of several clubs and over the years has donated almost 35 gallons of blood at the Inland Northwest Blood Center. Over the decades, Dick has collected some items that he hasn't wanted to sell, like old tools, farm implements, and decorations. These items have found a home at the family's summer cabin. Dick has borrowed money only once in his life to buy a car, but he couldn't stand being in debt, so he paid it off as quickly as he could. Since then, whether buying a house or starting a business, Dick has used his own saved money. He remembers what his parents taught him during the Great Depression.
They taught me to save, and I wanted something, then I could buy it. But don't be going out there and borrowing money. It's how I learned and how I made a living. You get interested in something, you work hard at it, and first thing you know, you've developed something that other people can use and you can make a good living at. And you kind of want to pass it on.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.